here. I think they were going to call Plexico Burris on that one, Joe, with a late hit.
Well, he called out Roy Williams, and Williams was involved.
There he is right there in your screen.
Let's see what he does to Davis. We'll get the call from Walt Coleman.
After the play was over, personal foul, number 17, offense. 15-yard penalty, second down.
We have said it before, Troy, and I'll say it again, and Tom Coughlin doesn't like hearing it, but for a head coach who took over preaching team discipline, this is not a disciplined team at all.
Well, not when you have penalties like that. Now, I don't know when the whistle blew. Now, certainly there are rules in place, and that's why he was called. And so he comes over and takes a shot at Keith Davis, and then he draws the flag. Now, I will also say that a week ago, he was criticized for quitting on a play, said it didn't look like he was giving great hustle, and now he is trying to give hustle, and he takes a shot at a player. Now, whether or not the whistle had blown, I think that's the question, but yet he should know that you can't take a player out when he's not involved in the play.
Second down and 25. Manning goes underneath and hits backup tight end Visanti Shenko. A gain of 7. Tonight, we will see if it is Michigan or Florida getting the chance to play Ohio State for the national championship after USC's upset loss last night to UCLA. It's a live primetime special that you can only see on Fox. The All-State BCS Selection Show follows our football coverage tonight on Fox. Your Bruins threw a wrench into the entire process.
Thank you. You know, everybody's worried about who's going to get to play Ohio State in the championship game. How about a little love for the Bruins, you know, making that even a topic of conversation.
Third down and 18 here, and a handoff to Brandon Jacobs. The crowd groans as he gets it down inside the 40 near the 38. And the punt unit is on the field for the Giants, a run of 10 yards from Jacobs.
Well, the unfortunate thing for the Giants is that they had a great drive going. They had momentum behind them, and then because, again, of the penalty by Plexico Burris, that drive is stalled, and they're having to punt the ball back to the Cowboys. We don't know exactly what would have happened on that possession without the penalty. My guess is that they would have at least gotten themselves into position to attempt a field goal and come away potentially with some points.
Eagles hit a beauty his first time. This one he tries to down inside the 20, and good work downfield by Tyree. A 34-yard punt, no return. Fiegels does his job again. A big penalty against Burris on the possession for the Giants. It stalls, and we're still tied.
Druids Glen Golf Resort, voted European Golf Resort of the Year 2005. A golfer's paradise in the Garden of Ireland. 2 championship golf courses of contrasting design. The luxurious Marriott Druids Glen Hotel and Country Club, featuring 148 specially appointed guest rooms and a magnificent spa and health centre. Visit our driving range, pro shops, golf academy, and get your golfing tips or tuition from our resident PGA teaching professional.
We're playing San Diego. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, and puked in between. And that's when I knew it.
I felt like I was playing with little kids and I was a grown man, like Superman.
I ran the fastest 40 at the camp, and I was still 15 years old. So that's when I knew I was gonna be pretty good. Oh yeah.
Can't say how thankful I am for all the success I've had. It's a dream come true.
Back to throw. He's going to throw it to the end zone. Touchdown! What a throw by Brett Favre. He shoveled the ball forward as he was going down.
That's just such heads-up veteran play by Brett Favre.
He flipped it into the end zone backhand. What a lunge by Brett Favre. I've never seen anything like it.
This is the best thing that's happened in Green Bay in a long time.
Tony Romo had thrown 1 interception his previous 146 passes. He has 2 in this first half. Starting from their own 4. Quick setup and throw. Terrell Owens out in space, and a good tackle by McQuarters. Let's go down to Pam Oliver.
Yeah, Joe, you talk about the story of 2 quarterbacks. Tony Romo seems to have the world by the tail, while at times Eli Manning has Giants fans wondering what in the world. Romo with that 4-1 record heading into this ball game is a picture of poise and confidence. Meantime, Eli Manning, as his coach would admit, came into this game with his confidence a little bit shaky, to the point to where Tom Coughlin has to make a few adjustments as far as the game planning go. Confidence from one guy, a little shaky confidence from the other. Joe?
Thank you. Those were headlines ripped from the papers the last few weeks. It's 2nd and 8 as this crowd gets into it. Barber carries it. He crosses the 10, knocked down at the 11, a gain of 5. 3rd and short coming up. Fred Robbins on the tackle for the Giants.
You know, in talking with Tom Coughlin about Eli and some of the struggles that he's been through here over the last few ball games, I know Eli Manning won't admit that he's in a slump, but whatever you want to call it, he's not played particularly well. But what Tom Coughlin has said is that during practice, he has thrown the ball very effectively. He's looked sharp. He's put the ball where it needs to be. But he's got to do it in the games before you can really start to recapture the confidence that he has lost.
3rd down and 3. Romo looking for somewhere to go. Throws and has Glenn wide open. 1st down, Dallas. Terry Glenn with a catch out across the 35. They'll mark him at the 37. A 27-yard completion from Romo.
Well, here's Terry Glenn, and what you're going to see is, again, because Tony Romo's able to buy some time, all of a sudden he's one-on-one on a safety, Jabril Wilson. Wilson thought he was going to go deep. Terry Glenn takes it on a square in, and there was just nobody else underneath in coverage. The very easy completion for Tony Romo. When he's able to buy time, it puts tremendous pressure on these secondary defenders.
Movement by the Cowboys. Colombo was one of them. A couple of guys moved. That should cost Dallas 5 yards.
False start, 63. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
They get Kozar. Colombo, the right tackle, also moved.
You know, since Michael Strahan went down, he's missed, this being his 4th game that he's missed. They've only had 3 sacks. Now, it's not because Michael Strahan was accumulating so many sacks. He only has 3 on the year. But he certainly helps free up other guys. They're going to have to find a way to get more pressure on Tony Romo and not allow him to buy time to take the pressure on the back end off this secondary.
A blitz from the Giants, and Barber on 1st and 15 takes it out to the 40, picked up 7.
You know, Marion Barber, talked about him a little bit earlier. You know, he does everything exceptionally well. As I said, he's not overly fast. In fact, Bill Parcells said, we've got to knock the defenders down twice in order for him to be able to pick up any type of yardage, because he's just not that fast. But he really likes him, and I think he's a heck of a player. And last week in the game against Tampa on Thanksgiving, it was the first time this season that he got more carries than Julius Jones. His numbers show that he's been by far a more productive back when he's been in the game.
2nd and 8. Romo hits Hoyt, his fullback. A gain of 6. Antonio Pierce on the stop, and here's a guy, Oliver Hoyt, who was a free agent addition to this team, undrafted. Played on a defense at NC State with Mario Williams, Manny Lawson, John McCargo, all 1st-round picks. And Hoyt, the fullback, was the 2nd leading tackler last year and led the team his junior year, and now he's a fullback.
And you got to give credit to this Cowboys coaching staff for recognizing that Hoyt was not going to make it on this team as a linebacker, but seeing something in him that allowed him to be able to make the transition successfully to the fullback position. He played fullback in high school.
3rd down and 2. Romo in trouble, hits, loses it. Ball is free, and now the fight for the football. If it stays with Dallas, and it will, it is 4th down, and the Giants defense holds. Kiwanuka's the one that knocked it out.
Yeah, and that's the pressure they needed. Kiwanuka, once he realized he was at quarterback level, he came back off of it, was able to put the hit on Romo. Fortunately for the Cowboys, they were able to recover it. Otherwise, you're giving the ball to the New York Giants in great field position. At least now they're able to punt it and pin the Giants back.
That is only the 9th fumble all year by the Cowboys, still the fewest in the NFL. McBriar hits a good one. And the fair catch is called for by Chad Morton, and then Morton gets drilled. Miles Austin, a rookie downfield after the fair catch, hits Chad Morton.
Yeah, he gave the fair catch signal, and so he's no longer free game. And here he came in late. Easy call.
Personal foul on the kicking team. Hit the maker of the fair catch signal. That'll be a 15-yard penalty, first down.
So that takes the ball from inside the 15 out near the 30. The 15-yard penalty on Austin. Giants have it, 7-7 game.
Good oral health is part of your overall health. Philips Sonicare. Sonicare helps to improve your oral health. Its patented sonic technology creates dynamic cleaning action, getting deep between the teeth and along the gum line for a healthier mouth. Simplicity is brushing your teeth and helping to take care of your body at the same time. Philips Sonicare. Ask your dental professional about good oral hygiene.
There was a moment there where I thought, that was a pretty doggone good throw. I can probably play.
My sophomore year against Thomasville, I only got 3 balls. And those 3 went for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. I knew right then that I was on my way.
And the stadium was rocking, it was packed. Got a total of 400-some yards. That's when I knew.
When people stopped calling me Archie's boy, started calling me Peyton, that was a big moment for me.
Jeff Rice is the umpire in the middle of all the action, and I'll say he was in the middle of it on that punt. He got hit and hit hard by R.W. McQuarters, but pops right up, goes back to work, and with about 5.5 to go in the half, here are the Giants needing a win in a tie game starting at their own 29. To the right side, and the catch by Carter. They are going to mark Carter ahead with a first down. That was good for 10.5.
You know, Rich Seibert here comes in again. The offensive lineman had tied in. Look what they do to Marcus Spears. Him and Kareem McKenzie. Heck, they got 3 guys over there. They just put him on his rump over there on that side, and it allowed Eli Manning to at least be able to see where he was going with the ball to Tim Carter. This offensive line plays very well together. They do a great job in the run game, and overall they've done a pretty good job protecting for Eli Manning as well. It helps when you've got another offensive lineman in there playing tight end for you.
Hand off to Tiki Barber, and Barber over the right side picks up 2. I said earlier that this Giants team has lacked discipline at times, and I also said that it bothers Tom Coughlin when that is said, but whether it's a penalty in this game on Plexico Burress or an unnecessary roughness on Frank Walker last week at Tennessee on a 4th down hit against the quarterback Vince Young, or the stuff that goes on after games off the field into microphones, so much points toward this game with the Giants trying to get it all back together and beat this Dallas team to go to the top spot in the NFC East. Tiki Barber on 2nd down picks up 5. And here's the Kiwanuka play, getting the interception, then fumbling it, and then that hit by Plexico Burress, who, as you said, Troy, has been criticized for not giving total effort, doing way too much and getting the 15-yard foul.
Yeah, and then with Kiwanuka, I asked a number of the players, you know, gosh, you feel bad for the guy the way it happened last week, and they said they gave him a really hard time in the locker room, teased him about it, kind of helped break the ice a little bit.
Direct snap to Tiki Barber. That worked. First down and more inside the 35. Good play by the Giants to pick up 19 yards.
And we saw him working on this play on Fridays in practice, and he just pulls over here and he intercepts the snap. And then they got all the linemen out there pulling in front of him. Chris Snead, Kareem McKenzie. You got Tim Carter down there trying to help out as well. You know, it's a lot like a screen play without having to actually throw the ball.
Brandon Jacobs in at tailback. On first down the middle of the field and incomplete. Tim Carter, the intended receiver. Covered by Anthony Henry, and Eli Manning says, my fault, and hangs his head. 2nd and 10. Next week on Fox, we will be in Carolina for these Giants against the Carolina Panthers, or the Eagles and Redskins, Falcons and Buccaneers, Packers and 49ers late, Seahawks and Cardinals. That starts with America's most watched pregame show on America's most watched network for the NFL at 12 Eastern, 11 Central. 2nd and 10. Tiki Barber. Nowhere to go. No gain. 3rd down and 10 for the Giants, and some early game headliners. Trent Green, 297 yards, trying to get his feet back underneath him after the long layoff. And LaDainian Tomlinson.
I think he got his feet underneath him.
I'll say 4 touchdowns and an interception, and then LaDainian Tomlinson doing his thing, and Reggie Bush had his best day. How about 4 total touchdowns?
You know, we talk about LaDainian Tomlinson. I mean, he does this kind of stuff each and every week. But for Reggie Bush, he's been waiting for a breakout game like what he had today.
They pointed Shockey. So make it 3rd and 15.
False start. 80. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
You know, I think right now, looking at this, if you get a chance to pick up the first down, as we see Jeremy Shockey there on the end as he moved, if you can pick up the first down, that's great. But right now for Eli Manning, you can get yardage without picking up the first down that at least gives your team a chance to try to kick a field goal on this possession.
From this spot, it would be a 56-yard try, probably out of the range of Jay Feely.
Call and text your T-Mobile mates more, so you won't miss a thing. One great rate on pay-as-you-go. Mates rates from T-Mobile.
As well as being a thirst-quenching soft drink,
Right, Dave?
a Sprite is also a sort of goblin. This Sprite is not so refreshing at a festival. And it definitely hasn't got any taste. Try new Sprite Z. Great Sprite taste, 0 added sugar.
Live college basketball returns to NASN, and we have a battle of 2 of the sport's biggest rivals. The Indiana Hoosiers enter the Big Blue of Rupp Arena in Lexington as they take on the Kentucky Wildcats. Live college basketball, Indiana versus Kentucky, this Saturday on NASN.
Coming up on the Visa Halftime Report, Kurt, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy will have scores and highlights from around the league, and the Fox Sports ticker will keep you updated with up to the second stats. The main stats in this game, 7 and 7. That's the score. And with 2 minutes to go, 3rd down and 15 for the Giants, and they are outside Jay Feely field goal range at the moment. And even more so now as David Deal moved too soon.
False start, 66, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
That's 3 of them here at home in this half alone, and these are killers while they're in a tie game and moving out of field goal range.
Well, and I'm not sure exactly why they're having so many problems here tonight. You know, Deal moves immediately. You know, sometimes a defensive player will yell and try to mimic the cadence. I don't know if anything like that's going on, but it's hurting this team.
3rd down and 20. Manning spins out of there, trying to buy some yardage, fires and completes it to Tyree. It is a catch. It's about a yard short of 1st down yardage, and it's 4th down.
Tell you, another good job by Eli Manning just avoiding the sack, and you're right, that's a catch. You know, low and away, that was a good ball placement as well on the throw by Manning, and a good catch by David Tyree. You know, I agree. It looks like they may measure this, but they're short of the 1st down, and now there's a decision. Do you go ahead and just settle for the points going in at halftime, or do you try to possibly get a touchdown on this drive? Again, right there, a great spin move by Eli Manning. He really is showing some elusiveness in the pocket, but what I like most, you can see pretty good coverage there by Terrence Newman, and that's where the ball had to be, a low and away, in order for Tyree to make the play.
That far short of a 1st down.
And I'll tell you what, the way Brandon Jacobs has run the ball, I think that with this team, it looks like they're going to go for it, and I like this decision. You know, you've had your backs against the wall for the last 3 weeks. You're playing at home. Granted, if they don't come away with points here, this will be disappointing, but I like the decision here by Tom Coughlin.
Eli Manning showing some life and begging his head coach Tom Coughlin to make this decision, which is to go for it on 4th and 1.
Eli keeps acting like that, he's going to get a bad rap.
The fiery young quarterback. 4th down, Giants.
And Rich Seibert, the guard, is in here at tight end.
Jacobs gets it, cannot make the play. DeMarcus Ware. So the Giants skip the field goal try, go for it on 4th and 1, and lose 2 as DeMarcus Ware comes through the block of Whitfield and drops Brandon Jacobs. Parcells cheering in a 7-7 game.
Some people think the internet is a bad thing, a place for mankind to exercise its darkest desires. An open market where you can buy anything you want. Somewhere that is destroying the last of our privacy. Some people think the internet is a bad thing. What do you think?
TV Digital ist da. 14 Tage volles Programm. Top-Übersichtlichkeit im großen Format. Neu und einzigartig in Deutschland. Komplett mit allen Programmen von Kabel Digital Home. Plus ARD, RTL, Pro7 und Co. in einem Heft. Alle 31 Kabel Deutschland Programme mit Bewertung und allen Sendeterminen. Bestellen Sie jetzt Ihr Abo unter 080 5 99 77 44. TV Digital. Das ist die Zukunft.
Every season, there's a team with an extraordinary story and an unsung hero. In 2005, it was the Pittsburgh Steelers' Hines Ward.
Great grab by Hines Ward. He pulled it in low off his shoe top.
Back to the ball better than any receiver in the National Football League.
We shocked the world. Did nobody give us a chance? Wide open is Hines Ward. He's got
Brandon Jacobs tried to take it wide, and the big-bodied back was brought down by DeMarcus Ware. A loss of 2 on 4th down, and it stays 7-7.
Yeah, good job there by Dallas defensively, clogging up the hole and then not allowing Jacobs to get to the outside for the first down.
Now it's Tony Romo handing off to Barber, and Marion Barber runs into Antonio Pierce, a gain of 6. Each side has all 3 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, and right now the Giants defensively need to find a way to come up with a stop, because the last thing they want to have happen is lose momentum going in at halftime by giving points up to Dallas.
4-man rush, and that pass is caught by Terry Glenn. Hit immediately afterward by Dockery, and a timeout taken by the Cowboys, a 10-yard completion. 2-minute offense being run by Tony Romo after the Dallas defense holds on 4th down.
So you all right, Jake?
Well, don't you think Mum's been acting a bit weird?
I wouldn't worry about it, son.
Only Actimel contains the good bacteria LC Immunitas. Try it and see if you feel the difference.
They're none.
We're playing San Diego. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. And puked in between. And that's when I knew it.
I felt like I was playing with little kids and I was a grown man, like Superman.
I ran the fastest 40 at the camp, and I was still 15 years old. So that's when I knew I was going to be pretty good. Oh, yeah.
Debut. The Cowboys at 7-4. A game better than the Giants. 45 seconds left in the half. First down, Dallas. Roy circles Matthias Kiwanuka, and this pass is caught by Terrell Owens. Doing all he can in the open field, and a penalty flag comes in. Out of the secondary, the penalty flag flies, and after a 9-yard completion, the Giants indicating it's pass interference against Owens.
Well, it's actually going to be against Terry Glenn, I think, Joe.
Illegal block in the back. 83. Offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
So it was
still first down.
During that run by Terrell Owens, and it's Glenn drilling Will Demps in the back.
And a good call. And again, I mean, a lot of penalties now for both teams that have really affected field position and opportunities for points. Terrell Owens gets the ball in his hands. He runs around. He's trying to get as many yards as he can. And then Terry Glenn with the block in the back. And what was a pretty good gain now all of a sudden sets him back.
There are the penalties in this game, and within those 5 for the Giants, 3 false starts here at home. 36 seconds left, and Dallas with 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, I think right now the Giants, you know, they've got to be careful about a deep throw down the middle. Right now with the coverage they're showing, the middle of the field here is where the weakness is.
On 1st and 11, Romo has all day and finds Witten as tight end, who hops out of bounds at midfield. A gain of 8. 29 seconds left. Now realize that the Cowboys are running this 2-minute offense, not knowing what to expect from Martin Gramatica, their first week kicker, who didn't kick all of last year and missed badly. Didn't look good on a 44-yard try at the other end of the field.
Well, they don't know what to expect, and because of limited time having worked with him this week, I don't even know that they know for sure just how close they've got to get for him to get in his range.
2nd and 3. Handoff is to Barber, and Barber was knocked down by Robbins. He got his right arm on him and knocked him down, a gain of 2. And Barber was about a yard shy of a first down. Here's the play by Fred Robbins in the middle of the action.
Yeah, Fred Robbins really having a career year this season. And he has been one of the guys defensively who has shown up each week. A good play there working against Andre Gerard, the center. He gets just enough there of Barber to redirect him and then allow a little help from Jabril Wilson to come in and be able to make the play.
22 seconds left and 1 timeout on the scoreboard for Dallas.
Well, Fred Robbins, I've always liked him as a player. He's a very athletic guy. You know, I think there was questions coming in as to how well this defensive line was going to be able to play against the run, and yet that's been one of the real strengths of this defense, and a big part of it has been the play of Fred Robbins there in the middle.
3rd and 1 for Dallas. So they have to think first down first. Three-man defensive line, and Barber hits the hole hard. Big run, Marion Barber down inside the 25. And Dallas will spend their final timeout after a 24-yard run by Barber.
It's just got to be so disappointing for this Giant team defensively. We saw it against Chicago in a situation not a lot unlike this. They handed off just hoping to pick up a first down. And not only do they pick up the first down, but then they run themselves right down the field and put themselves immediately in a position to kick a field goal.
So Dallas spends the timeout. Let's talk about the kicking situation. Vanderjagt, who signed a 3-year, $5.5 million deal with $2.5 million given to him as a bonus, had a groin injury in preseason, got off on the wrong foot with Bill Parcells, missed 5 field goals this year. He had missed 7 in his last 3 years combined, and Bill Parcells and Jerry Jones finally determined that they had seen enough. So they signed Martin Gramatica, who was with the Patriots during the summer. Belichick and Pioli both liked him. Gramatica, who did not kick last year, was a 60% field goal kicker in his final 2 years with the Buccaneers, is now wearing the star on his helmet and getting loose.
Well, I think what you're going to see here is Dallas try to get one shot into the end zone before having to settle for the field goal attempt.
Kiwanuka got a good jump on the snap. Romo with all day, and now throws it away. And with 6 seconds left, we'll see if the Cowboys, and they will, bring on their field goal unit.
Well, and here Tony Romo almost made the major sin as far as quarterbacks go, taking a sack in that situation. Fortunately for him, he was able to get it out of his hands just in time. But if he takes the sack there, more than likely they would have then been outside Martin Gramatica.